Alright, welcome. In this video we're going to go through how to set up your offers with a software called Content Lock Pro. I talked about it a little bit in the PDF guide. This software does cost money to set up, but it's well worth it, and if you're serious about making a lot of money with this method, eventually this is the route you'll want to go. You know, maybe you'll want to start out with doing like CPA lead or a different network like that to start with. Just to kind of get your feet wet. But once you see the potential in this method, you're going to want to set up Content Lock Pro, and I've left a link in the PDF guide to get this software. So Content Lock Pro is hosted on your domain. You can set up like a separate directory on your site or a separate domain altogether for it, and go through and set up your offers. So it's pretty cool because Content Lock Pro allows you to select whatever offers you want people to complete. So I'm going to show you how to set this up. The first thing we need to do is we need to go through and select some offers. So what we're going to do is we're going to head over to a CPA network, and feel free to use any network you want. I often recommend to my members of my courses to check out this site called offervault.com, because this site has every offer on every CPA network. So you can type in what you're looking for. Maybe you're looking for an iPhone offer. We can hit search, and let's see here, and you can find stuff related to iPhones, and it shows what networks have them. All right, so pretty cool. I'm just going to go ahead and use Max Bounty, and we're going to search through there and see what we can find. So what I'm going to do is come up here to the top and go to the quick campaign search, and I'm just going to type in phone and hit search. Now remember, we're looking for offers that we think people listening to the band that we're making this for, that we think they'll fill out. Some things that you also may want to consider doing is, because we're offering an incentive, if you want to make sure that you're complying with the CPA network, you'll want to check and make sure that their offers allow incentive. And there are certain networks that only do incentive offers. Like I might have mentioned one in the course. I think it's called Incently, and I maybe even will make a video about that separate from this one. They just do like incentive offers. But the thing with Content Lock Pro is you can actually do what's called blanking your referrer, which is right here, which means that they can't tell how you made the sale or the action. So it doesn't really matter, but technically you're not following their rules if you do it that way. So I'm not endorsing that in any way, but I just thought I'd let you know. So anyway, if we are going to comply, we're going to look for the ones that have incentive offers. So there's quite a bit of them here still. You can see what they pay, $1.80 a lead. Now that right there is more than an iTunes sale. Here's one for $2.25. Here's one for $5 a lead. Here's another one for $2.25. Okay, so plenty of options. So let's pick one. I'm gonna do this mobile phone survey, because surveys convert well. So anytime I can find one, I like to do that. So I'm going to click on it, and here's how I set it up. So we're going to be going back and forth between Max Bounty's page and Content Lock Pro's page. So once you log into your Content Lock Pro installation, and they have tutorials on how to set this up, you'll be presented with this screen. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on the left-hand side and scroll down to offers, and this is where we'll enter in our offers. So let's start with the title. I always like to start with the network, who it is first. So MB for Max Bounty. And then I like to put in the campaign number too. So this one's 4579. So I'm going to put that there. And again, this is all just preference. You can make up whatever you want. We're going to copy this. So mobile phone survey, incentive allowed. This just helps us track things better. So now I know exactly what network it came from, what the offer number was, and exactly what the offer title was. So that's really helpful. All right, next is the URL. This is the URL for the offer. If you highlight over these little info tabs, it tells you different things that you might want to know. In this case, it says type sub-ID, where sub-ID should be placed in the URL. So in Max Bounty's case, they have a spot right here that says sub ID. And what I like to do is just type in the word replace so that I know that when I see the sub ID in the URL that I need to replace it. So if we come down here, hit replace in sub ID, come down to select creative type and hit text links and hit get tracking code, we can see here we're grabbing just the URL, right? We don't need anything else because we don't need the text link. We just need the URL. So right here is the URL, right in between the quotation marks. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to come back to Content Lock Pro, paste in that URL, and here's our sub ID, right, where we said replace. Let's read this instructions. Type sub ID, just like it shows here, where the replace would be. So that's what we're going to do. Highlight replace, and then type in sub ID. All right, really easy. All right, and then we need to know the countries allowed, which is United States. So let's select the United States. For link label, again, you can highlight over their information tabs. This is what's going to appear for the offer title that they'll see. So in other words, like we might want to put something here like take this cool survey and you'll get something for taking it. Another good way to find out is to check out their link here. Express your opinion. Take a quick survey and get rewarded. So I think I'll put get rewarded by taking this quick survey. All right, so that's just what's going to show up to them. All right, again, we can blank the referrer. I always like to blank the referrer just because I don't like them to know where my traffic is coming from, because I don't want them to share that information with other affiliates. So I always blank the referrer whenever I can. All right, and the tooltip I always leave blank. It's basically like when they highlight over this section, it'll say like instructions. So if you leave that blank, nothing will happen. So that's what I recommend doing. All right, monetary value is what we're getting paid per lead. So that's right here, $1.80 per lead. So that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and enter that in. All right, we hit add offer, and it's that easy. So we've just added an offer. So you'll want to go through here, pick out a bunch of offers. You probably want to do 5 per each content locker. So once you do 5 of these, we can actually go in and create our locker, and all we have to do is hit lockers. And I've actually installed a new version of this too, by the way, just so that I could show you what it looks like from the beginning. So I thought you'd appreciate that. As far as for setting it up, makes it easier. So let's hit new locker, and we're gonna make one now. So it's pretty similar to the other ones, like the CPA lead, only we can really customize this. You can actually add in your own templates and stuff. So what I like to do is select one of these anti-spam filters to make it look more, legitimate. So maybe I'll go with this one. So what you do is you select the one you want, hit apply, and we'll hit OK. Template was applied successfully, so that's good. Now I'll go to my locker. We can fill in custom information here if we want. Everything looks good to me though, so I'm just going to leave it blank. Or not blank, but the default. For locker title, you might want to put in, whatever the band name is. So maybe I'll just put Paul James for this one, since we'll pretend like we're doing it on my own. We'll go to appearance, and you can adjust, the background colors, the border sizes, the overlay opacity, any of that stuff is right here. All right, so I'm just going to leave it as default. That's fine. We're going to come into options. We're going to put required offers. How many offers are they required to fill in? Just one is fine. Do we want to rotate the offer links around so that they show in different spots? I'm just going to check that box. Pop-up delay, we'll do 2 seconds. And then there's different settings in here, okay? So just go through here and read them all. But pretty much I just fill in, I make sure this is 1. I set my pop-up delay to 2. And I also disable when no offers are available. So, maybe they're coming from a country where we don't have offers available. And we don't want this to pop up then, because we still want to fulfill our promise of giving them that free song, regardless of, if we can't get an offer, we don't want to just say, nope, sorry, you can't fill it out, because that's kind of our fault for not being able to find an offer. All right, and then here would be the redirect URL. So if you're going to send them to a separate page to download the song, you would put that page here. Otherwise, if the page that they're going to download the song from is, the page that you're locking, then you'll just leave it blank. So in my case, I'm going to leave it blank because I'm just going to lock the page up. All right, then we go to offers, and I've already put in 2 other offers just so that it doesn't look blank. And you select the ones that you want over there, and you just click it and hit the arrow, and it goes, and you hit create. All right, so now all we have to do is grab this first code here, copy it, head over to the page you're going to content lock. So I'm in WordPress here, and you just make sure you're in the text editor, not the visual side, but the text, and it's the first code that you want to paste in there. It's the first thing that you absolutely want on the page. All right, so let's hit update. And now we can right click, view page, and check this out. Bam. So there's our content locker, and here's our different offers that are there. And I mean, this looks totally legitimate. This looks like it would be like a spam check, to make sure that we don't have a bunch of people or robots coming on the page or whatever. So you see, if we go ahead and click one of these offers, let's just click one. There we go. We're on our offer page. I haven't filled it out, but if we come back here, here's what it says. Please wait while we verify that you've completed the offer, or try a different offer. And then they can try a different one. So pretty cool. That's how Content Lock Pro works. Really, really awesome software. And it's hosted right on your website. You can come in here, add in your different offers. And I mean, it's just really, really cool. It gives you the ability to really have a lot of control over what you're doing. So highly recommend this software, and I highly recommend going this route if you really, really are serious about this method and after you try it out.